Welcome back. As we rejoin our heroes, the camera zooms in, breaking through the canopy of the now dark Sablewood, illuminated only by the slightly glowing Lucent River and the slightly glowing wet spot out back of the tavern on the ground. Where Althyr decided to relieve himself to see if his pee also glowed, because the drinks did. What would you all like to do this with the remainder of this evening, if anything?
Well, Althyr will continue to drink until someone makes him stop. And I guess I'll get some rest.
Is anybody going to make him stop?
I think Kieran is drinking in a normal amount for him, which being a soldier is.
Oh, it got mad at your mic again, Vixx. Welcome to Top Down Tech Gremlins, where we fight with computers. Oh, well.
I think Lethos would eventually make him stop, seeing as he had let out so much blood earlier. The blood alcohol ratio is not there.
A very economical evening at the tavern.
Yes. But he'll let him have enough to have a good time, kind of thing. He's not gonna stomp on his fun, but he's not gonna let him die either.
That's good.
I feel like Atlas would just focus on if they had fresh squeezed juice or something along those lines. He wouldn't have any alcohol.
Yeah, they've got some fresh. They've got it's like a pre-fermented mead, a sweetened honey beverage that's lightly carbonated.
Love that. That's right up his alley.
Perfect. And every time we play, I start getting the hiccups immediately after, which is great. Okay. Yeah, so you spend the night cavorting in the tavern, having as much fun as people who aren't Althyr deemed responsible. And eventually get some rest. There's not a lot of in the way of accommodations in this town. It is very small and there are no roads leading to it, and it is usually surrounded by a 50-foot high wall of thorns that's 20 feet thick. But nonetheless, they do have some capacity to put people up in the latch in a shared room. And I'll just have everybody go ahead and make an instinct test for me, everyone.
Ooh.
This is a reaction roll.
7.
It's a 10 with... Oh, there's no fear, it's reaction. 12 then, yeah.
12.
3.
Very fitting then that Althyr would be the one to hear this. At some point in the middle of the night, does Althyr need to tithe this evening in his sleep?
He needs to tithe every evening in his sleep unless he wants negative things to occur.
So, tell me about Althyr's tithe this evening.
Well, as you know, he's lost a lot of blood and gained a lot of alcohol. So he's not entirely himself. He does manage to enter his trance-like state as he lays down for the night. But whatever mumbling he normally does under his breath is a little bit more garbled than usual. Just even in this state, he seems to be tripping over his syllables. However, he is, as usual, kind of pouring magic out over himself and healing his body, which I guess in turn is also kind of replacing some of that lost blood and therefore allowing him to slowly recover from his inebriated condition. But at some point in the night, the mumbling kind of stops, and he sits up very suddenly, stands up, and just moves towards the window, where he reaches his arm out, and once again that ring that looks like an insect seems to pinch down on him, and a drop of blood falls out to the ground below.
So this drop of blood never makes it to the ground. Something pulls it like a magnet as starts falling, and it falls in an arc and zips away from the edge of this building. And something shakes you out of your trance at this moment, and you can hear the end of something settling in to a place. And outside the window looks a little bit different from up here. You're met with the sight of a large wall of briars.
Oh, good. It has returned. Obviously, the scent of my blood was irresistible. But just feeling very satisfied with himself, he turns and just kind of slips right back into that trance and returns to where he was on the floor, trusting that somehow between the symbiotic relationship of this wandering briar and the earth around it, that somehow his blood's making it down to the ground eventually.
As you feel no discontent from your patron.
I'd hope not after the like 6 liters I poured out earlier, but
yeah. But the evening passes largely without incident for the rest of you, and in the morning, you are awoken by excited, elevated voices from outside, and as you stir, it's back, it came back, I can't believe it came back. Oh, it must have worked. It must have found its way. And people discussing and trying, just general exuberance about the exterior walls of their city having found the way home, and various speculation on where it might have went, how it found its way back, and that general sort of thing.
David, can you remind me on a long rest how much HP we can restore?
You may, I believe you may restore all of it.
Okay. I thought it was like a roll or something.
I will double check. Long rest, 105. Tend to all wounds.
Okay, cool. Take care of those and my tithing, and I'll get... Ooh, my presence has increased, so I get even more favor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, in this, on the Daggerheart long rest, everyone except for Althyr can do 2 things. Althyr can do 3 because elves. What are you all picking? Anything besides wounds, stress, or armor?
I'm gonna do what Kieran and I think it was Kieran that did it last time, as well as myself, and work on my weapon.
I think Kieran was too drunk to work on his weapon. He probably tried and then went to sleep. So I think other than that, he's probably not working on much.
Right.
Yeah, Lethos got drunk.
It was so sad.
That's why you
because
should have juice.
Your juice?
Yes,
that what you said?
it's delicious, absolutely delicious, and you don't wake up with a hangover.
I think Kieran, though, wakes up with this like beautiful green blanket over top of him, but he doesn't know where it came from because he was too drunk.
I was so sad about the mic issues because I wanted to see Lethos and Althyr figure out what Methos can do.
They weren't in the state for that.
Yeah, Kieran, I think he wakes up a little bit confused. What's the situation in this room that they've stayed in? They each have their own bed, or?
It's more of a space near the fireplace where you are welcome to make yourself comfortable.
Okay. I think he wakes up and he just assumes that some sort of like hostess here put this on him. And when he gets up, he's just like, just the way like he folds up his wife's blanket, he folds it up very neatly and meticulously. And he seems to set it aside from his own stuff. And I think he's like looking around to see if there's anyone who seems to work here that he can return this to.
There is a rather almost spherical, but not quite, little fungal man with big bug eyes and some goggles over them, who's trundling around the room with a broom and looks like sweeping up some corners and organizing things for the start of the day.
Excuse me.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Can I help you with something?
I think this belongs to the latch, perhaps? It's not mine.
No, we don't give out blankets.
Oh.
I think it might be yours. Did you enjoy the mead last night?
I think so. Can't remember half of it, to be honest.
Probably your blanket then.
God, did I steal it? He looks like so embarrassed. His freckles
You should keep it. It's your color.
Oh. I think he's gonna just glance around to ensure that no one else is like bothered by the fact that he has this blanket and no one's like looking for him. He's like, I don't know what I did last night. And he goes, okay, I mean, I guess I did rip up my blanket last night for Althyr, and he just kind of tucks it.
Yeah, you might want to get that out of sight before that guy and his friends come back.
His eyes go a little bit wide. What guy?
The guy he took that from, rather forcibly, I might add.
That wouldn't
I mean,
be
it wasn't super forcibly. He did kind of have it coming to him, but...
What did he do?
Well, according to you, he was eyeing me up inappropriately.
And then he like goes for a bunch of different emotions on his face, and then he goes, maybe I'm wrong, but don't you kind of like that sort of thing?
That's why I was surprised.
Oh my god. Okay. Remind me not to drink too much next time we go to a tavern.
Oh, that sounds less fun.
He just sighs and he's gonna yeah, he goes, is anyone else hungry?
Oh, absolutely starved.
Okay, I'll get some food and then head out.
Perfect.
Oh, did that thing come back?
It sure did. I saw it last night.
It's great.
Well, good work.
Thank you. I have a talent for attracting things.
Are you feeling all right today?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
You lost a lot of blood.
the amount of blood and then the amount of alcohol that immediately followed that.
I replenished one and expelled the other.
That's how he's like kind of looks you over, especially like your fairy like features, and he goes, "Is that how that works?"
That's how it works for me.
Interesting. Taking all your lies at face value.
At this point, the door gets thrown open rather forcibly, and you hear, "Good morning, sunshines!" And the silhouette of Zen, the shaved head, nearly as wide as she is tall, bursts in through. "I think you have made some friends yesterday."
Oh, I didn't know what I was doing.
As far as I remember, you didn't do much of anything. And she looks to you, Althyr, and just says, "Think fast," and throws a bag towards you.
I would like to think fast.
All right.
Take a big fast check.
Well, if you would like to roll for it, it would be agility.
Sweet. Let's see how that goes.
Minus
It's
one for
a
the
12
hangover.
with fear. Or unless
12 with
it's
fear.
a reaction.
Yeah, it's a reaction. Yeah, so this bag of something heavy hits you right in the middle of the chest, but you do manage to catch it and not drop it. Well, town put a little something together when I asked them to, because you got us our wall back.
Well, I was happy to do it. This is entirely unnecessary, he said, immediately opening to see what's inside.
It is one bag of gold.
Oh, shit. A whole bag of gold. I'm not just playing with handfuls anymore, guys.
I was gonna say that's 10 handfuls.
Well,
I love
this
this
I
money
swear
just-
I'll get used to this at some point.
This is entirely too generous, but thank you.
Well, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We'll keep
I
it.
thought so.
I'm certain I can find use for it.
Atlas is just
Not
gonna
bad,
like kind of crouch down near Althyr and just be like, "Do you think they got that from raiding caravans from the kingdom?"
I would like to pull out one of the coins and see if it is stamped with our treasury's stamp.
Here's your gold
Um,
back.
Basically.
Just roll a d10 for me.
Sure. That is a 6.
This coin that you pull out, if you just pull out one, does not have marking that you're familiar with.
Oh, well, maybe, but it doesn't look like it's from one of ours.
I'm still torn on all this, but that's better, I suppose.
Well, the money didn't commit any crimes.
How do you know that?
True.
How do you know,
How do you know
Well,
Have you seen a coin that's
Maybe
going up
murdered
at knife
somebody.
point?
see, you need mens rea in order to commit a crime, which means you have to have the criminal intent. And a coin cannot have intent, and therefore perfectly legal.
Fair enough. I mean, just found out that bushes have intent, so
Oh. Can coins be sentient?
I suppose it's theoretically
Probably.
possible, but this one doesn't seem to be.
Oh
that's
dear.
what it wants you to think.
Move or I will stab you. No, I think we're okay.
Vixx legs pop out of the coin and it jitters.
Ah!
It's delicious in dungeon. Quick, I need a dwarf with a big pot.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we'll be on our leave then to seek out the mountain crab. That's what we're after, right?
Yes. The bigger the better.
bringing our wall back and getting me some stone crab shell.
We were also like after the other towers, right? And you guys saw them at certain points. Is it we're going to the mountain, and then if we do a wide arc, we'll go to another one?
You could.
I was interested in checking out one of the other towers. But yeah, there was also stuff drawing us in this direction, and now we have a particular quest. We may as well look into it. We've got time. The towers seem to be functional, at least, so there's nothing urgent happening there.
Just our own curiosity at this point.
Yeah. Because I don't understand that magic yet, and I'd like to.
All right. Does anyone need to pick up anything before we leave?
Well, if we do, I'm certain I can pay for it.
I think I'm good on my end.
Yeah, I picked up some stuff last night, so.
I don't really want for anything. I don't know how to spend my money.
I can do that for you if you'd like. I'll hold on to it.
I've seen the way you hold on to money, Lethos.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is. Look even better elsewhere.
I think Lethos actually has a little flush of pink on his cheek at that.
You hear Kieran with his impeccable timing. Are you blushing?
No, this is just from last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
I get like that.
I know. And then you hit that guy real hard.
Can we leave?
Wait, you hit somebody?
Knocked him
When
right
did
into his
this happen?
girlfriend.
I don't remember anything. I'm going off of what they're telling me.
Oh my god, you're a violent drunk. Good to know.
Zen speaks up. Well, it must have happened after I left. You were a perfect gentleman the whole time.
I missed half of that because you just froze on my screen and stopped talking. Yeah, it was weird.
It must have happened after I left. You were a perfect gentleman the entire evening. Bit intoxicated.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't really see anything out of sorts either.
He's gonna scan over Althyr and Lethos.
I think Althyr is very much smirking at him.
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Let's get out of
That's a
here.
good one.
Kieran's just gonna leave now.
All that happened was a little bit of inappropriate touching, and then I let you go to sleep.
I think this time you see Kieran's face. Just there, you can see just the side of his face, but it's red. Like,
Are you blushing, Kieran?
shut up.
He's too
There's so
easy.
much blushing on this adventure. You never read that in the old tales.
Not reading the right ones.
Apparently. All right. Well, then I guess we will head out.
All right. And out you head towards the nearest one of the Titan Steps. A series of rock formations to the west of here, buried deep within the Sablewood. How are you making your way through the wood? Same as before, flying up, scouting, walking around over and through tree roots?
Atlas, would you mind taking a peek? And then
Sure, of
we'll
course.
just walk as a group.
Yeah, Kieran will be
Absolutely.
looking out for danger.
Lethos is gonna summon Methos.
Instinct test for me. Then please, Vixx.
That is in 13 with hope.
13 with hope. Very nice. Yeah, the woods are alive with all kinds of animals and insect noises. A little bit closer to the river, there is a little bit more sunlight that is able to reach through in this portion as you follow it up the river towards these spires poking out of the canopy. Nothing necessarily threatening, but you find yourself on what looks to be a more well-traveled path after some time popping out of wandering through the underbrush. You can see this path comes from one direction and curves to follow then the river further west. And after a few hours traveling this pathway, you can see a figure walking the same direction as you, albeit rather slowly. At first, it's, when you first catch a glimpse of it, it's somewhat difficult to make out, but then you can see two rather stout legs protruding from beneath what looks almost like a small building being carried on some creature's back. It's not like building size, but it's, there's some very big wooden thing that looks like maybe it has doors and like rolled up fabric hanging on it.
What in the hell? Kieran's gonna kind of he's gonna like pause and point his blade over to the direction of what he's seeing. Do you guys see that?
Oh, that's different. Is it a house?
A lot of the things that seem like objects around here seem to also be alive, so it's hard to say.
I could send Methos over, see if it attacks him.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I suppose. Can he be hurt?
Yes, but he can also do a little damage. Then he disappears, but
You can bring him
okay, I
back.
can summon him again.
I'm safer than you going.
Yep, safer than any of us.
There is a bit of
Right.
a communication barrier, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go if you want.
Send Methos for now, and then if it seems amenable, we can go speak to it in person together.
I will send Methos out to
Alright.
go inspect that thing.
Wait, can you
He can
see through Methos?
No, he can only carry things and fight.
Right,
Seems
so
like
what
a good
is
plan.
Is there coverage like anywhere close that I can kind of like stalk after him?
I mean, 5 feet on either side of the pathway is dense woods.
Perfect. I'm gonna kind of go through the dense woods and be close enough to hear him, and I'll cloak myself.
All right. Yeah, what is it? How does Methos approach this entity and make its presence known?
I think he does the same thing that he did to Zen and just like casually walks up with his hands in his pockets, almost like he's whistling, but no sound comes from him. And he's just like walking around him, like the entity, just like seeing if it's getting any reaction.
Yeah. From this angle, Methos walking up, whistling with his hands in his pockets. You can see this small head on a long neck covered in a gray, somewhat scaly skin. Turns to it and don't see many travelers this part of the woods. What brings you here today?
He like shrugs.
Silent type, huh?
Nods.
That's all right. And you can see this. You get a little bit better look at it as it stops and turns to engage with your duplicate. Looks like a large, hunched over humanoid turtle-looking thing. You recognize this as a galapa, which is Daggerheart's flavor of the turtle, who's carrying what looks like a small shop on his back.
Methos will just like point at what he has, like, huh? What you got?
You looking to do some business?
And then Lethos will wave everyone on closer, just to let them know that he seems okay, because he can overhear all this. And he'll walk out. Sorry, he doesn't talk. I talk for him.
No, he doesn't talk.
No. What you got there, friend?
All kinds of things. Treasures, curiosities, goods for sale.
Descriptive.
Yeah.
Any magical curiosities or alchemical supplies? Anything like that?
Oh, yeah. All different sorts.
Such
May
as...
I see some of them?
Oh, yeah. And he's been tossing this stone back and forth between his hands, and he puts it in his pocket and reaches up and pulls on a rope, and just like this thing on his back folds
That's
out into three
amazing.
sides, and awning extends out over the back. And this is the name's Will, and these are my goods. Feel free to take a look at them and see if there's anything that's of interest to you. And there's all manner of gemstones and interesting looking, very specifically chosen pieces of wood. Look like they would be good for, it looks like blank wands, essentially. There's a few, there is this one rather long, curved looking dagger with a nasty second blade, kind of making this hook at the end, like kind of near the handle. There is a very finely made bow. If there's anything in particular, these sorts of types of items you would be interested in, I have a list of inventory.
Well, I'm not familiar enough with this system yet to really know what I'm looking for. But things that would be used with presents, or anything that might have additional spells or abilities or anything like that.
There are a couple of things that stick out to you here. There is maybe not necessarily useful to you. There is a stone, a gemstone that has been cut into the shape of a shield that looks as though it is designed to be pinned onto an outfit. There is a pair of something that you recognize from having seen similar things in the shops before. They're speaking orbs. They kind of work like sending stones.
Okay.
And something in particular that is, I think, drawing your interest, Shanks, is this prism cut piece of stone that seems to be scintillating with like a pearlescence to it as you cast your vision around it, get different angles. And even though he's not like really looking at you, you can hear, "You got your eye on the arcane prism, do you?"
Yes. What does it do?
It if you've got any who channel Arcana among you, this will enhance their ability to do so. So mechanically, put it in a location of your choice and activate it. It becomes fixed in place, and allies within close range get a +1 to spellcast rolls.
I do not hate that. Is that both like attack and damage?
Sure. Since I don't know enough about the system.
That'd be handy for us.
That would be very handy. How much would you need to part with that?
Well, we can do a trade, or if you're interested in gold, I'd say, 3 handfuls seems fair.
You good, Greg?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the poor accountants in this world. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a friggin' nightmare.
We receive gold with Atlas, and we pay out gold with Althyr because he's got tiny little hands.
And it's all
Fill my hands up. Well, what about those? What were they? Orbs of speaking?
Very useful if you need to communicate over a long distance. I'll let those go for one handful each, let's say.
Aren't they kind
And,
of useless apart from each other?
Mostly.
We could talk
All right.
to him, I suppose.
I would have the other one until I sold it.
Just
So
random
still it's just
person.
some random person.
Just hanging out
She's
there.
like, "Oh, this is Jerry."
Other customers of mine.
Mm.
New stone, who
Nah.
dis?
he paints on the rock he still has for a good time. Talking to stone.
For a good time talk.
David, again, my lack of knowledge here as a player, mechanically, is this like a sending stone in that it's like a once a day thing, or is this like free communication?
It's like free communication.
That's handy, especially if
Yeah.
you're all flying.
Well, I'm interested in both of those things, and perhaps we'll bundle some other things together if you're willing to offer us a little bit of discount.
The more you get off of my back, the faster I can get to town.
Which town are you heading to?
Oh, we're just heading up the road here to the foothills. I'm gonna visit the Sinecure over there. They've got a Dusk Watch outpost, they call it. It's the nearest settlement. Never been, I take it. You don't
No, this
seem
is-
like you spend a lot of time in the forest.
Everyone keeps saying that to me.
You can tell.
I actually
It's
spend a
not-
fair bit of time, but mostly in the woods near where I live.
Hmm. Do you live near here?
I suppose not.
I can tell. It's not a bad thing, it just is.
I suppose that's fair. But wouldn't you feel at least a little bit put off if I said you look out of place if you were to come to my home?
I probably would look out of place if I came to your home.
Still, doesn't it feel nicer to feel included?
I don't feel disincluded. Kind of.
All right. Anything anybody else has their eye on?
Do you have anything more martial, I suppose?
Yeah,
Or what
does
is
there look
that
like
stone brooch, for example?
does there look like there's any weapons on his back?
There are a few. There is that a nasty hooked looking dagger that I mentioned, which is somewhere in here. Is a improved returning dagger, which when you throw it within close range immediately appears back in your hand. And for a is also a wand, which you'll identify as a Wand of Enthrallment, which is an item that it does do damage just like any regular wand, but it also has the persuasive feature where before you make a presence roll, you can mark a stress to gain a +2.
I already do that pretty well, but doing it even better might be cool.
And there's also something that is somewhat... It's a very finely made looking short sword, but it is something about it as you go to put your hand towards it, Althyr feels somewhat like it's repelling you.
This sword doesn't seem to like me much.
No, you're a little bit too charismatic for it.
It likes less charismatic people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out.
I think I'm good.
All right. No
what
swords,
about that
then.
brooch?
Oh, this one. There is an item that is known as the Valor Stone. You can attach it to some armor, and it gains the Resilient feature before you mark your last armor slot. Roll a d6, and if you roll a 6, you can reduce the severity of the damage by 1 threshold without marking your last slot.
That's
I mean,
pretty
1 in
handy.
6 is a slim chance, mind you. But
Slim.
But it can
But
be
if you
done
were down.
repeatedly.
Yeah, every time you're on your last slot.
You have a chance to not. Oh, I don't wear armor.
It'll probably still work.
All right.
Sure, it's kind of like armor. It's just not effective against sharp things.
I think
That's
all my
fair.
shirts are pretty sharp themselves.
And Atlas barely wears a shirt too. He kind of like looks over at Atlas. It's like open robe.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
I
tell
do
you
tend
what.
to rely on my skin.
Well, I've been hauling it around for a few years anyway. If you take it off my hands, let's throw it in with the other stuff. I'll give it to you all for, what do we say? 4 handfuls.
4 handfuls for everything. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
He will dig into his bag of gold and give 4 handfuls. Is it actually a ratio of 10 handfuls to bag? Is that what it is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like a handful is equal to like 10 coins in your hand.
They say
I think-
if you want more precision, you can say that a handful is worth 10 gold.
So I'm adding 6 handfuls and removing the bag then.
Well, folks,
Well-
anything else draw your interest?
No, but do you buy stuff
Oh,
from
yeah.
people? Yeah.
That's where I got all this.
Perfect. I have, hear me out, a party line if you were interested. I know you just had those 2 stones that could talk back and forth, but I seem to have 5 stones that I can then give to a party. Now, granted, I've used it for the day. You won't be able to use it right now, but tomorrow you'll be able to find out if they work perfectly. Sell it to a group and they'll all be able to contact each other, not just 2. And he's going to pull out all the like polished stones that he took originally from Zen, and it's just like a handful of them.
I
And he's
love
be like,
this.
I am going to need you to make a presence test.
perfect. Can I use Quick Hands and Con Artist as well?
I'm not sure. Talk me into Quick Hands.
He's just kind of like swirling them around in his hands fast enough that he can't tell that there's no arcane markings on it or anything like that, like kind of juggling them and everything, so he can't decipher what his look like versus the ones he just sold us.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do look substantially different. The ones that he sold you are about like fist-sized spheres.
Yeah.
And the ones you're holding kind of look like guitar picks in shape and size.
Well, the more people you spread the communication across, the smaller the rocks get.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
Of course.
So what am I rolling? Presents?
Presence.
Okay.
Oh,
Come
Atlas
on.
feels so bad.
That's a 19 with hope.
19 with hope. So that gets you the. This is. Well, I would buy that sort of thing, but I'll need to take a look at them first. You're moving them around there pretty quickly.
Oh, that's fine. He'll like give him one.
Huh. And turns it over. This like little claw-like hands. Says, well, friend, I'll tell you, I think somebody might have tricked you here. These there's some lapidarian somewhere in the Thistle folks that are missing a handful of stones by the looks of it. He flips it back to you. I appreciate the offer, though.
So you're saying someone stole these and sold them to me, so if I give them back to the lapidarians, they'll give me the money for it?
Well, they might just be happy that they got their property back. I mean, it's not a whole bunch of stones. They need about a couple hundred of those to make a suit of thistlefolk armor.
But I am in the hole, so hopefully that they would be willing
I
to.
hope you didn't pay too much for those.
2 handfuls.
Yeesh. Hey, it happens. Everybody gets had every now and again.
I'll let it happen again. Thanks for letting me know, Will.
It's not like it to happen every day.
That's pretty good. This guy seems like a real cut up.
You should see what happens after that.
Oh boy. I don't know if I could handle it.
He just lets it all out.
Oh man. Well, if you're heading on towards Duskwatch Outpost, I might see you there, unless you fancy some company in the woods.
Well, I'm not sure about the distance, but we are heading up into the Titan Steps.
Be careful.
Anything in particular we should be careful about?
Yeah. Stay near the catcher's cradles if you're not sure on your footing. And keep a little bit of that gold around in case you need
What's the
to
gold
get
for?
pulled out.
Oh.
Yeah. There's many of the communities that live in the steppes they call them the catcher's cradles. Below the buildings, networks of nets and things that catch people who fall off of the boardwalks and the connecting bridges. It's anyone see, that's how part of the reason I can tell you don't spend a lot of time in the wood. Sablewood custom dictates that anyone who falls off of a walkway into a net pay for its repair in order to further the life-saving presence of the construction.
That makes sense, though I don't think that's going to be an issue for me.
Only.
Probably not, but yeah, You never know.
I suppose that's true. Well, it was very nice meeting you, Will. Best of luck on your journey.
Hey, good to meet you too. Well, and he reaches up and pulls a different rope on the other side and just everything rolls back up and compact. Well, got a long way to go. Better start moving again.
Indeed.
And he
Safe
starts
travels.
moving. Probably about half the speed that you all were traveling. Just
Yeah.
gets that stone back out of his pocket and starts tossing it back and forth between his hands.
I think Althyr is going to try to push for a little bit of a quicker pace for a little bit. And then, like, as soon as he's certain he's out of earshot, Lethos, that was risky. What would have happened if he had found us at the camp ahead?
I feign ignorance. I don't know. Some guy sold it to me. I figured it out.
When did you even take those?
Yeah, wait. I thought you were lying?
Sorry? Me?
You were
Lie? I don't lie.
You told me you do.
You just lied about me this morning.
Yeah.
Fine, I took them when I had Methos go up and he carried them for me. I just figured a few wouldn't hurt to have just in case that they weren't going to be using them for good things. You never know.
But that merchant was very nice to us.
Okay.
It was.
And? Money's money.
Money's not important.
You're right, Atlas. It is not. I'm sorry.
Are you lying again? I don't think I want to know, honestly.
This is that
You're
whole you
opening
look
my
nice.
eyes.
I don't think he's ever going to understand us, Lethos. Though, of
I
course,
know,
I don't
it's
think
fun.
money's the most important thing either.
Sometimes it is. Depends what situation you're in.
I think it's generally second, sometimes third.
You strike me more as a power person.
Well, I was going to say knowledge, but since knowledge is power...
What happened to good deeds?
Well, nothing happened to them. They're over there in their corner being lonely.
No,
I don't think they're ever going to understand us, Atlas.
I don't think so either. I feel sorry for them.
If you'd like, I won't do it again.
Don't
It
make
makes no
promises you
believable
aren't going
lies.
to.
Do you just mean that exact same thing?
Sorry?
Do you just mean
That I
that
won't do it
exact
again?
same thing? Yeah.
I won't do it around you. I won't get you guys in trouble. Does that make sense? If you're
I
going to
don't
be
care
worried.
about the trouble. I more so care about the poor person you're doing it to.
That's a
Didn't you just
shame.
lie to a child a couple days ago?
Yeah!
Okay, well, Atlas is gonna go beat red and just like walk faster.
This group is so confusing. He just puts his sword on his back and carries on.
Althyr's like, tell me about it.
Whoa.
The most confusing one.
Oh, don't even, sir.
He
one
doesn't
that's
have that much
carried the whole-
self-awareness. I think we all know that.
Oh my god.
I love these boys.
Yep.
The perfect adventuring party.
As you carry on down the path, as you know, you occasionally have one of your bewinged companions popping up over the tree line to make sure you're keeping on the correct bearing. The series of stony spires poking up out through the trees gets closer and closer throughout the day. And Atlas, you're able to start making out some details. There's a series of several spires that are pretty close together. One of them significantly taller than all the rest. It looks like has rings of structures built around the sides with rope bridges suspended connecting between several of them. But the one immediately closest to you, which it looks like this road is going to skirt around the base of, does not seem to be inhabited.
Well, we're walking before we move on to the next portion of our journey, I think. Kieran finds a moment to come upside Atlas. And he's just like, I think he's quiet for a little bit. And he clearly seems like he's thinking about something, but then he looks over and up at Atlas and goes, sorry for bringing that up. I just found it funny, and I honestly don't even think the two things really compare at all. You were trying to just help that kid. And I just wanted to let you know that as much as I kind of enjoy their chaos, I am also glad that I have someone around like you that is of a similar mindset and perhaps wanting a cleaner conscience. And I hope that that whole interaction didn't dissuade you from that.
Thank you, Kieran. I tried to be good, as good as I can be. And in all honesty, I do think Althyr and Lethos also do try to be good as well in their own way, but they view the destination as worthy of any journey, whereas I view the journey as worthy in its own right. And I think you are similar to me in that case. Though, I do make mistakes, as does everybody.
Well, you're pretty damn good at owning up to them. I'll say that. And he's gonna clap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna use my soldier's bond to give us both 3 hope.
Oh, 3 hope? Holy crap, yeah. Okay.
Hasty.
Damn. Thank you. And
so
I apologize for my blubbering. Yeah. I apologize for any of my blubbering. I feel things very deeply.
I think we're all just figuring it out. Life, that is.
Truer words have never been spoken. You're a good man, Kieran.
I think he has a little bit of a, almost like an aversion to that at first, and then it's just like, kind of, seems like he recalls something, gives him a nod. Thanks. And he's going
what was
to,
that?
That's all he says when you like catch him off guard. I don't know how much I've told you about this, to be honest.
Probably not much.
He's gonna kind of take a locket out from his tucked inside of his shirt, and he kind of flips it open so you can see, and there's a portrait of a woman about a similar age to Kieran, and a young girl, maybe like 2 years old. Well, I guess I suppose I could accept why people would see me as a good person, but I chose to direct all my being a good person towards the kingdom instead of my home. And I wasn't there for them when I should have been.
Did something happen to them?
Yeah. There was, well, for one, we lived on sort of the outskirts of the city, and so they got caught up in some of the quieter parts of the war. And I was out on the front lines. Meanwhile, there was trouble back home. And when I came back, they were both gone. I'm just gonna close that, tucks it away.
When you were on the front line, I assume you were there for the kingdom, of course, but I assume you were also there for their well-being and their safety.
Yeah, but what good did that do?
We are not omniscient. We cannot know what fate has in store for us. We cannot be everywhere at once, and we cannot blame ourselves for things we have no control over. Otherwise, I would blame myself for the death of my own people. And unless you want me to take that blame on myself, you will not take that blame on yourself.
He has a little bit of a stifled grin, like he's really trying not to. I suppose you've got me there. I wouldn't want you to do that. It's... First of all, I'm sorry to hear about your people.
It was a long time ago, and it was not something that I could have fixed myself. And I assume if you were there with your family, you may simply have passed away as well. And you wouldn't be able to do all the good that you do now.
He kind of smirks. You remind me of someone, and I appreciate that about you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You should. I think almost like he's trying to ease the sort of the tension that he's feeling. I think Kieran has taken his sword out and he's kind of just like walking like this, like more casually. He's trying to seem like this is not affecting him as much as it is, and he's not doing a very good job at it. And I think he just says, I came over here to make you feel better, and I think that worked two ways, so thanks.
Well, I think we're similar in that we always feel better about ourselves when we can make somebody else feel better about themselves.
He's gonna cast a glance back at Althyr and Lethos. Maybe it's good that we have such diversity in our party.
I think it does work well together.
Yeah.
To Althyr and Lethos walking behind. Althyr's just like, so, would you like to hold my ball for me?
Just one? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's not as useful if you have both of them.
And he's just gonna like feel it up, play around with it.
Making them feel better in their own
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's slightly firm, has a little bit of give to it.
Yeah. Good hand feel.
Warm to the touch.
Hefty.
Yeah.
Love it. You're willing to let me keep this?
I mean, somebody has to hold the other one in case of an emergency, and why not you?
Just want to make sure you trust me after what just happened.
I wasn't too keen on swindling that entertaining merchant, but
Habits die hard.
understand. I know.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me. I found it entertaining as well.
I would have given him the money. I wouldn't have taken it. I just wanted to see what I could get away with. Sometimes I like to push that boundary.
Well, that's something I understand all too well. Let me ask you something, though. Under the right circumstances, do you think you would leave all this scoundrel behavior behind?
For the right price.
Interesting.
Yes. I've already tried to do so. That's why I'm here. That's why I decided to help the king instead, turning on my own thieves guild for him. I'm trying to get out of it. I've always been trying to get out of it. It's just I grew up in it.
But getting out of the guild is not necessarily the same as getting the thief out of you.
You want to try?
He just turns away. He makes like he's scanning the tree line.
I got
What are you
psychic
implying, Althyr?
whiplash.
No, they're... As far as... You know, I was just thinking hypothetically about something, that's all.
Okay.
One day, the crown might have use of you, more involved use.
If that's a thing, I'd gladly turn my life around for that.
Good. I'm glad to hear it, because you are my first choice.
For what?
A position that doesn't currently have need of anything.
Is it your job?
No, why would you ask a question like that?
Just curious.
You're far too nosy. You would do very well.
I am. How's that book, by the way? And he's referring to the BL that he found in your backpack.
Well, it was, that's such an interesting concept and such great promise, but I just don't think there was enough of a repartee between the parties.
You like more context?
Yeah,
More.
it has to be a challenge, otherwise what's the fun?
It's true. And he just looks at him, like trying not to smirk.
Yeah, they're definitely doing like a stone face, like face off right now.
They're both just double talking and just like stone faced.
Interrupted by Kieran turning around. Wait a minute. If I didn't steal from anyone, where did that blanket come from?
Oh, that's a good point.
I thought your other blanket was ugly and you deserved a better one.
Lethos, you do have a heart.
Shut up. No, I don't.
Are you blushing?
No.
That's gonna be the tagline for this game.
No,
Are you
I'm
blushing?
certain he has a heart
Blushing?
because I heard his heart rate increase just a moment ago.
Oh,
What? You can hear that?
Sometimes. Elven ears.
I think
He's just like giving you like such a stare down, like, what else are you listening to? That's my heart. Don't listen to my heart.
you should always listen to your heart, Lethos.
agreed.
And listen to other
Your
people's
heart.
hearts. I think Kieran's going to just walk straight up to Lethos while Lethos is like staring Althyr down and just like completely blocks the view of this fairy elf behind him. And just gonna take you in for a big hug. And kind of pats your hair but tries not to mess it up.
He's just gonna like awkwardly pat you on the back like, thank you, darling. You can let go of me now.
He's gonna whisper thank you in your ear and then let you go. And I think you notice there's like just a little bit of like moisture on the corner of one of his eyes. See?
Aw.
Walks away.
He won't draw attention to it, but he notices it.
In some short time after this interaction, the trees, the ancient giant trees of these forests are brought to feel small by the sheer size of this stone spire that you're walking around the base of. Some distance away, you'd estimate maybe another hour's worth of travel, is another spire that you gather is likely home to Duskwatch Outpost, as it's the first settlement you've come across. From here, you can see countless spires of various heights. If you poke up above the tree line, clawing their way up towards the sky, with various people moving about. On some of the closer ones, you can see different structures. It looks like different cities, different architectural styles on different spires, all interconnected, or not all, but many interconnected by several bridges built between them. What would you all like to do? Is it your intent to pursue one of those mountain crabs immediately? Would you like to head towards Duskwatch Outpost first? It is getting late in the day. Beneath the canopy at this point, it is already fairly dark.
Should we rest up before we head up into the mountains?
I mean, personally, I'm fairly well rested. I don't know enough about these crabs, whether they hunt in the night or in the morning, or if we could set up a trap for it, but
Yeah.
I'd be fine with whatever we choose.
I'm not feeling particularly fatigued myself, but I am a little concerned about Kieran walking the mountain trails in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
he just kind of shrugs. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I'm also not very tired, but
Well, let's check out this outpost then and see what they have to offer. See if we can't get ourselves prepared and ready to go for the morning.
maybe we can ask somebody about these crabs if they're closer to them. They might know if it's better to go after them in the morning or later in the day.
That's fair.
Right. And you carry on towards Duskwatch Outpost. The road here through the woods is wider and more well-traveled. You're occasionally passed by a wagon with creaking wheels traveling in the opposite direction to you. On the side of the road, every so often you can see campsites where people, it looks like, have recently pulled off. Nobody's setting up tonight that you're walking past, but it looks like there have been some fairly recently. As you approach the bottom of what has to be, from your reckoning, Atlas, since you fly up, the largest of the spires, although the perspective can be a little bit difficult. You're met simply by a large stone staircase carved into the side of the mountain that brings people up towards the buildings built higher up. And you can see there like webs of netting, almost like spider webs stretching in between some of these buildings and spires themselves. Some of them looking in significantly better shape than others. Yeah, there's all manner. There's right now. There's probably about a dozen people around, milling about. People loading goods onto what looks like a elevator of some sort, designed to lift goods up, so you don't have to carry them up the stairs. Some people with large packs on their back electing to take the stairs. You gather there's some small fee to use the elevator depending on how many goods you may have.
Well, at least we packed very light. Do you mind taking the stairs?
No.
Not at all.
I have no issue.
Shall we find lodging for the night and see what we can uncover?
Yes.
Lead the way.
Sure. Blind leading the blind. Why not?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, it seems like the stairs go right up into the town, right?
Yes. You
I
can see
don't think you're going to get
eventually a wooden staircase takes over and branches out and spreads almost like the boughs of a tree, going to different places. It looks like it would be easy to get disoriented, but hard to get completely lost, since the city is built circularly around a mountain. You'll be very close to where you're going to want to be at times, but not necessarily seeing an obvious path connecting them at times. You know, as you're walking up, you're able to see off in the distance a sign that looks like an inn that has a looks like a bird with solely a tail of flame, reminiscent somewhat of a phoenix, but if only its tail was made of.
Did we all lose him, or
He
just me?
freeze? Nope.
Yeah, he froze.
We lost him.
Gone.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
The
It
thing with the
is-
phoenix tail.
Yeah,
Phoenix
well, it is,
Forge.
almost 6:30. I don't know if we should just vamp or if we should go to a break.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, there we go. Perfect entrance.
At no point did any of you freeze or stop for me.
Weird.
Weird.
What was the last thing you heard?
Something about a phoenix.
Yeah, it looks, the depiction on the sign hanging outside its building looks reminiscent of a phoenix, but if only the tail was made of flame instead of the entire bird. And it takes a little bit of wandering around to try and find the right set of stairs to connect to it, but eventually you are able to make your way there. And you can, read the smaller script at the bottom of the sign. It reads, "The Fire Falcon."
Ooh. And that's like an inn?
It appears to be a tavern, but it looks like there's lodgings.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Yeah, let's just head in and get ourselves set up then.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah, enter in to the Fire Falcon, and it's bustling with activity. This city is the largest concentration of people that you have seen since you left the city you came from with your precious cargo in tow. It looks like this feels like an economic center. This the center of the civilized power, for lack of a better term. in these woods, there is a let's see, there's a rather tall Qatari gentleman standing behind a counter slinging drinks at individuals.
What is Qatari again? What are they?
That's like the tabaxi.
It's a
Oh,
game.
okay. Yeah, Qatari, got it.
A big ball rolling around, gathering things.
Yeah, a katamari.
Yeah.
It's got so many cows stuck to it.
Kieran's gonna go up and he'll order to actually, what does Althyr and Lethos normally drink? Were they drinking ale last night? Is that what they were drinking?
They were drinking meat. That's the only thing that they had.
Okay. He'll just order whatever's like being most commonly served here for Lethos and Althyr, and I think he'll ask for a juice of some sort for Atlas. And I think he's just going to ask for like a refill on his water skin, and he'd like to try to chat with this person that's at the counter.
Absolutely, yeah. You get hooked up with a few tankards of ale and one tankard of what you're told is called sable sap soda.
A little sippy bendy straw.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know anything about these mountain crabs that are around these parts?
Oh, do I know anything about these? Absolutely, I do. I know they're big, I know they're tasty, I know they're hard to find, and I know they're dangerous.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been told. Do you know if
Great, then you're an expert.
Do you know anything about if they're I don't know, what times of day they're more active or anything like that? Or there times that people are told to steer clear of where they are?
Well, it's a little bit difficult to steer clear of where they are because when they're not moving, they are indistinguishable from a rock or a boulder. There could be one right over. That could be one right over there, and it points to an interesting stone that is on the bar behind him. That could be one. It's just never moved.
Well, I hope it's not.
Me too. I think it would probably have started smelling by now if it was. But I don't know. Maybe it comes out at night and eats when I'm not looking.
Do they have hunting grounds, by any chance?
Well, I guess that depends. Hey, you're a tall fella.
It's gonna hand
How big of a one are you looking for? One equivalently sized to you?
Ideally, yes. The larger the better, I think.
Well, and you're probably going to have to get out of town. We do a pretty good job of either chasing them off or they avoid us, or they've learned to after a while. They can be a little destructive when they wander through. I don't think they mean to be, but you know, if you're made of rocks and the size of a house, it's kind of hard to be graceful.
Any particular direction? Just keep heading north.
Oh, well, you could probably pick any uninhabited spire and start looking around, or if you went, well, probably not further up this one. This one's built up almost all the way to the top. But if there was another built up one you were climbing around on, just getting away from the built up area and
just go there and start stabbing at rocks.
Turn over rocks. I do hear they like to eat meat. They're primarily carnivorous. You might be able to lure one out with a little tasty morsel.
I was going to ask about that. Perfect. That'll make it easier, at least.
Thank you. That's helpful.
That's what we do here. First time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so. I'd remember somebody who's as tall as you.
Do you have any spare meat that I could buy?
Well, I have some spare meat, but I wasn't going to charge you for it.
Is it rotting? I feel like they would like rotting meat.
I should hope not. I took a shower this morning.
Atlas is just gonna be like, huh?
I think Kieran looks up at Atlas and goes, it's kind of like when Lethos and Althyr talk to you.
Oh, so you're saying things without saying it.
No, I was saying pretty much what I meant, but if you want to buy a little bit of meat and have it be rotten, you can leave it out overnight. It'll smell nice and rank in the morning.
All right, perfect. Thank you. You're very, very helpful.
Our oldest steaks coming right up.
What does this man look like?
He's about 5'8" with predominantly brown fur that's a little bit thinner on the face area and kind of has like a little bit of a tuxedo cat thing going on.
Little fur bow tie.
little white stripe down here. And has got a gold ring about halfway up his left ear.
Cool. I think waiting for this old steak now. Kieran just gonna hand out the drinks to the others. Probably just one tonight. Yeah. He hands it over to Althyr.
Why are you saying that to me?
I think you know why.
Well, I haven't done any bloodletting today, Kieran.
Yet.
Also, you looked pretty rough in the morning, and I was fine.
I look pretty rough every morning.
Well, I wasn't going to say it.
You have a problem?
I have a problem with my lower trying to portion control me, yes.
Alright. Well, have fun, princess. I give you a little bit of a wink and find them a table.
I think Kieran's taller than you. Also, I think that cat person was hitting on me.
You picked up on a signal?
You know I
I'm
was.
pretty sure.
You hear from behind you as a box full of steaks that have kind of that rainbowy sheen on the outside of them. They're not quite bad yet.
You'd have asked for those in the morning.
We were probably gonna end up having to throw these out, but hey, here you go.
Yeah, we may as well take them off your hands. Spare you
You're doing me a favor.
Spare you the urge of crawling into the box with them.
Didn't even know where to go with that. Me, the DM, does not know where to go with that.
Althyr just assumes that's what cat people do.
Well, I was hoping to crawl into some kind of box with some kind of meat, but I guess not tonight.
Yeah, this one's a little dense. You need to work a little harder on him.
I'm just going to leave that one there.
Yep. That's fair.
But I appreciate you setting me up. I really do.
I allied you and you didn't noop. All right, so
Just let me know if you need anything else as he like walks away back towards the bar. Atlas, you feel a tail like on the side of your cheek.
Oh, you see that sort of thing.
yep. You're picking up the right signal.
Look at me go.
Is it just our body language that's hard for you to read? Would it be easier for you if we looked like a cat?
Wait, have you been hitting on me?
No.
Atlas,
So I
don't
am a
know.
little offended that you said that these awful steaks were a tasty morsel and not, Methos. But it's fine.
There is so much going on that I just don't know about.
Yes, that is very apparent to all of us.
I'm just gonna drink my juice. I can only have one of these things, otherwise,
The
wouldn't wanna
sugar
see
will
me.
rot your teeth.
Exactly.
And then you won't have wings anymore.
Yeah, I could lose them.
Atlas, don't ever change.
Maybe just a little bit, but
He's gotta change out of his clothes sometime, right?
Fair.
yeah, he usually does that at 6. Anyway,
Wow.
Althyr just has a little book with the times that the men are undressing.
he gets a daily report on people of interest from his shadow network.
Writes it in the margins of his BL novel.
You didn't, by chance, sketch it? No? Okay. Is it weird that I asked? Okay. Never mind. So do we have a plan then?
Well, if we want to find some of the crabs that are bigger to be used for, I guess, more armor or whatever it is that they're about to do with them, then they've directed us a little bit further outside of town because they tend to drive them away pretty quickly. But they said going towards any of the spires would be a good idea, and we pretty much need to turn over rocks, hit them maybe. If we can do that from afar, that'd probably be better.
Can always hit them with some magic and see what happens.
As long as you're not expending anything that you need.
You can do it again and again and again. Shoot as many times as you'd like.
We could also leave out some of this rotting meat.
Oh, is that what that's for?
I mean, yes. Ideally, if they come out of hiding, at least maybe we can surprise them.
Okay, we'll set a few bait locations. Keep an eye on it. Atlas, I'm sure you're a master at that.
Fucking knew you were gonna eat that.
Yep.
Well, thank you. I certainly try.
She's a rather cunning linguist as well. Well, we'll leave. I think we're a little bit past break, so we will leave the party for a moment to enjoy their drinks and their box of nearly rancid steaks. To contemplate their next actions.
Getting out of here with a bunch of gross looking steaks.
It's like they don't smell bad yet, but if you,
don't
they're,
get too
they're definitely off if you take a whiff.
Yeah,
We're gonna need
right.
a couple of rooms, one for us, one for the steaks.
Yeah.
Alright.
But we'll be back here in a few minutes. Get your snacks, get your drinks, all that. If you feel compelled to sit in the corner, think about what you've done. I think that might be a good option for some of the cast tonight. But, y'all do you, and we'll be back. And we are back. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I know I'm a lot more hydrated now. And I hope you all are appropriately hydrated as well. As we
Altyr's like inappropriately hydrated.
Yeah, absolutely. As we return back to the tavern where we left our party, Is there anything else the rest of you or any of you wanted to do this evening before calling it a night?
Corner Lethos.
Corner Lethos.
Yeah, like
Okay.
put it in some wall somewhere.
I'm okay with it.
This is like a 2-story sort of building. Yeah.
It is.
Kieran wasn't actually trying to police Althyr's drinking, just trying to give him a bit of a hard time about it. So depending on how that unfolds for the night, especially with his now bag of gold, I'm probably able to afford something a little bit better. I think Kieran's gonna try to find a moment where if he sees like Lethos going up to their rooms or whatever, he's gonna try to catch him in like the stairwell.
Sure.
So Lethos is going up, and you can tell, I guess, I would assume that with your background and stuff, you know when someone's like tailing you or following you, and Kieran's not exactly discreet. So you kind of get that
I know
feeling.
his footsteps, like the sound of his footsteps at this point.
Mm-hmm. And you notice that they sort of quicken a bit, like halfway up the stairs, as if he's trying to catch up with you. And you get a little bit of a tug on like the sleeve of your shirt.
Oh, yes? Kieran?
I think you tried to play it off pretty well back there. But
Play what off?
Well, the reasoning behind your gesture with the blanket. Is that fair to say?
I don't know what you're talking about, but he's smiling that you is letting you know.
You have a lot of potential with how much you notice. You know that?
I'd hope so. One day it'll work out for my favor.
You don't think it is right now?
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do talking to stones and trees, and once we get back at the kingdom, I think it'll help, but someone has to look out after you. You don't.
I guess that's fair. There's a lot to be said for boosting morale and for all the great work you do with scouting, so I wouldn't sell yourself short in that regard. And also, apparently, you're very kind when you want to be.
Let's not spread that around.
I won't.
It's more fun when they think I'm selfish.
I'll say it meant a lot more, probably, than it's something I would have expected from Atlas. Not you.
I like to surprise people.
It's almost like a secret weapon of yours.
Caring?
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's gonna sling an arm over Lethos and lead him up towards these multiple rooms they got. You notice now that he's carrying the meat in one arm. And definitely intending to drop this off somewhere. He's like, this is either going to be fully for the meat or it's just going to be Atlas's room, and he's going to let himself into one of the rooms and put the meat down on an empty bed.
One thing Kieran notices, and I don't know how observant Kieran is, but Lethos's tail is kind of like a cat, and it's his one tell. So like when he's happy, his tail kind of like sways a little more to show that he's happy. And the minute he's put his arm around him, his tail is just like wagging a little. He's a little happy, and he's just like trying so hard to make it stop.
Despite being pretty dense to your guys' advances, Kieran is pretty perceptive of people. Something that he uses to his advantage when dealing with like newer soldiers and stuff. And I think he does note that about Lethos. I think he's just gonna tuck that information away for later. Like, all right, responsible to that sort of reinforcement. And other than that, Kieran's gonna get some rest for the night.
All right.
David, this place is pretty well stocked.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think after the initial drink, then Althyr will get himself a double whiskey. He's just ruminating on a lot of things that have happened over the past few days, but he downs it fairly quickly and then gets to bed because there's obviously important things to see to in the morning.
Yeah, and you all get a night's rest in fairly comfortable accommodations. It's the first time, I think, since you left that you haven't been sleeping on somebody's floor or outside.
Kieran's gonna work on his sword tonight, and if anyone wants to, Kieran doesn't need the hope, but he'd be willing to help someone prepare for the day tomorrow if they want to.
I'll do that with you. How much do we get?
I think it was 2. I don't have the downtime stuff.
Okay.
Pulled up.
Pretty much do the same
each
as
win
what
2
Kieran is doing.
2. Okay. You trying to sharpen that down?
Yeah, I thought it could be made better.
How long do you think that'll take you?
Not sure. This isn't really my area of expertise. I've seen other people do it.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad my tools don't need such refinement, although I was lucky to find something that enhances magical abilities.
Oh, from the shop?
Yes.
What will that do for you?
Well, makes it a little more potent, a little more accurate when I activate it. It's a bit restrictive, but I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Any advantage is a good one.
Exactly. The right circumstance, the right time, tiny boost can be all you need.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with this. Just a little bit of a sharper edge, I think, to this would be good.
Well, hope it goes well. Shame we couldn't find anything for you at that shop.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine.
I'm sure you will. You're very capable.
Would eventually like to get something that I can use at a further range. My mentor used to use this massive bow, and I think something like that would be more up my alley than something more slight. I always feel like I'm gonna just snap the weapons in half when I use them.
Yes. Well, I don't generally have that problem.
Well, we're all skilled at our own things.
Good night, Kieran.
Night.
He just slips onto one of the beds. Doesn't even get underneath the blankets. And
Unhinged behavior.
like
Rolls up
normally
in
he
his wings.
does. Like for the record, he does normally like get into a bed and, the usual way kind of thing. But like right now, for whatever reason, he's chosen to lay on top of the bed and he's gotten into his trance. And you can see he's weaving magic into his armor as he trances.
Does he sit up in trance or does he lie down?
No, he lays down.
Sits up at the end of the bed.
Just how,
Oh no.
like how Rowan likes to do it.
Well, thanks to your comment about wrapped in his wings, Vix, I now imagine Althyr sleeping upside down, hanging from the ceiling like a bat.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Primarily to unsettle someone, I'm sure.
Yo,
Just need those shoes of
wakes
spider
up and
blood.
looks like shit. It's like, nah, it was just for the dramatics.
Does Althyr's wings kind of, do they seem to function a little bit like they could just like wrap around him, or do they feel, or do they look pretty like if you did that, that would snap his wing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have some flexibility to them so that they don't break that easily. But like, yeah, they're generally not really meant for that. They're either out or they're like completely like folded in on themselves to the point that they're basically unnoticeable.
All right.
More insectoid than bird-like, right?
Yeah.
Very similar fashion. Just it seems to be a gesture that Kieran does to people, and he's going to. You're sitting like on top of the bedspread, so he doesn't pull it out from underneath you or anything. But he definitely he takes his blue blanket out and just kind of sets it across like your probably just like your lower half, because he's not sure how your wings would interact with being fully covered up like that. And I think he just not very comfortably, just most of his gear still on, goes to bed, but he's wrapped himself up in his new blankie.
It's so cozy. Greg, Megan, anything else this evening for Lethos and Atlas?
Lethos is gonna just prepare. He's gonna take off. What was that?
Brock?
There is something super loud outside our head.
Weird. But he's gonna like take off all his rings and just like work his fingers a little, make sure they're feeling good, make sure all his rings are in good order, nothing's missing any like chips or gems that have fallen out or anything like that. And then he'll just like put them all back accordingly in a very precise way. Essentially, he's working on his glowing rings kind of thing, preparing those for the next day.
I think Atlas will be doing like kind of working on his gauntlets again, as he has the past few nights, but he'll also just like at one point look over at Lethos and just be like, do you ever feel trapped in, I suppose anyway, but more in this context, just how people perceive you?
No, I'm very used to how people perceive me.
But
Do I
well,
like
being
it?
used to
Not
it,
all the
yeah.
time, but
Okay.
why?
I think I feel the same in certain ways.
You feel trapped in how we perceive you?
Well, not necessarily you, but yeah, I suppose a little bit of that. I think people view me as oblivious in a lot of cases. And sometimes I play it up. Other times, yeah, I probably am oblivious. But I find once people have that idea in their minds, it's hard to get out of it. Sorry, I feel like I'm just rambling. It's just...
Keep going. I'll listen.
I suppose sometimes it's easier to remain chained in a way. brought down. Well, when I say that, I mean more so people let their guards down around you. I know yourself and Althyr are saying inappropriate things many, many times. I pick up on these things.
I didn't think you didn't.
Well, you're one of the few. Most people just assume I'm stupid. And many times I can use this to my advantage. But it still hurts. And I don't like that.
Well, I'm sorry if I've made you feel that way. It was not my intention, but I'm not the best with telling whole truths. So I tend to double talk. It's what I do.
That's why I brought it up with you, actually. I've never felt that way with you. Yeah, you poke fun, but you never do it in a mean way. At least not with me. And I appreciate that.
You have too good of a heart to be mean. Plus, you're a big, strong guy. You can keep me safe. I'm not going to be on your bad side.
And there's the double talk again.
What?
You can't just
Surely
be
not.
nice for being nice's sake. If you would be all right with it, I would like to say a prayer for you.
You can say whatever you want for me.
All right. Then he'll go into kind of a quieter state, and he'll just start mumbling to himself. It's hard to make out a lot of the words, but basically he's saying a prayer to Kieran, his god, about the breaker of chains and all that kind of stuff, and feeling like you can get out of your past is basically what he's saying towards it. And because of that, you get 2 hope, because he's using a prayer dice.
Yay. Have you been talking to Althyr by any chance today about that kind of thing? It's just a weird coincidence.
But what?
Getting
I swear, I'm not actually playing it up this time. I'm completely ignorant.
Oh, he was just, mentioning something about getting out of my past and stuff. It's fine.
Oh. Coincidence.
Good, because if he can hear my thoughts as well as my heart, then I'm really concerned.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I don't know how he can do that.
Mm-hmm. Probably
Bizarre,
the weird blood
honestly.
thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We should keep an eye on him for that.
Kieran's doing a good job of that.
All right.
But more eyes are always better. I'm trying to think, has Lethos seen his eyes go weird? I think Lethos is the only person that hasn't seen his eyes go weird at this point. Damn it, never mind. Yeah, never mind. That's it. Thank you, Atlas. I appreciate it.
You don't come across as the most religious, and that's perfectly fine. I still find there can be good in it.
Makes you happy. Now get some sleep.
You as well.
And the night passes comfortable in this inn. It's been a number of days now since any of you have been in a city this big, and it feels the most like home that you've been in quite some time. Even at the darkest parts of night, you can hear, if you listen, somebody moving around in the distance or something going on. But it does pass without incident. And Althyr, what's the next morning like in the room you're sharing with Kieran?
Yeah, well, despite Lethos's comment on Kieran keeping a good eye on him, Kieran, when you wake up, Althyr is not there.
Is any of his stuff there?
No.
Is the blanket there?
The blanket is very like haphazardly pushed aside and like looks like it was tried to be folded but failed.
He doesn't know how. How usually does that. I think Kieran was just kind of stretching, like, and then he looks over and sees the haphazard state and goes, "Oh shit!" He's gonna. If there's like any sort of window or balcony, he looks there first, and then he's just kind of looking around the room, gathers the blanket, very hastily gets ready for the morning.
Yeah, there's really no evidence left of him. His stuff is missing. He is gone.
Okay, he's gonna go and bang on Lethos and Atlas's door then.
You are
Lethos-
awoken by
Lethos will open the door and see it's Kieran, and then she'll be like, "Morning." Like,
I think Kieran was already going like this on the door, so you just kind of match him. He goes, Althyr's not here.
while you say that, a scent that Lethos and Atlas have become accustomed to over the night wafts out of the door.
I forgot that was our room.
Yup.
Lethos secretly hates you. But what do you mean he's missing?
I mean, his stuff isn't here. He's gone. I looked out the window, not there. Kind of just looks like he left in a hurry.
Shit. Atlas, I swear I wasn't lying to you this time. Let's just go.
He can't.
Like-
Oh, damn it! He has wings. Shit.
Yeah.
He could just
Let's
be
go to you.
downstairs.
Like,
So
I guess we'll
You
run
hastily get your
downstairs.
things together.
Yeah, I just grabbed my sack and
Yep.
See if anyone saw him, if we don't immediately see him when we go down. I'll just hear
I
it
thought
on you.
it and restrained myself for once.
I couldn't help it.
I mean, after that ball that was being tossed around earlier.
Brought it on yourself.
I think as we're like running downstairs, Lethos is gonna pull out the like sending stone adjacent thing and just try and reach out to Althyr and be like, "Althyr, where are you?"
Oh, right, the ball. I'll be back in a moment.
That didn't answer my question.
I know.
Answer my question.
He stops responding.
That's totally gross.
Little shit.
Mute. Hung up on me.
He'll be back. He doesn't want us to know where he is.
I mean, normally I don't encourage this, but maybe lie to him about something he wants to see or do.
You're missing it. Kieran's eating an apple with a knife right now.
Kieran's just like baffled about why that would be.
There's a long pause of silence before you hear, "Tell him to slow down."
Your loss. My gain. Go slower, Kieran. And then that's it. That's all you hear.
All right, well, we'll wait for him here, I guess.
Yeah.
You're waiting like in the tavern?
Yeah, get some food in us and wait for you by maybe get a table by the window or something so we can see if you approach.
It'll also be good for the smell.
Yeah, just crack it open.
Can we put that outside? while we wait?
Oh, yes, probably. Sorry, I kind of got used to it.
Does Alice take it outside?
Yeah.
As you go outside, you also notice Althyr sort of materializing in the crowd heading towards the tavern. He's got like this burlap cloth wrapped around this great big bundle, and he's just walking towards you. Morning, Atlas.
Hey, buddy. What's in the burlap?
Ugh, you'll see in a minute. You smell terrible.
No,
Maybe
no,
you
that's
should
the
just-
rancid meat.
Is it though? I think some of
Mostly.
it may have seeped in.
It might have. It's not very sealed of a container.
You and Lethos slept in the same room.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Lethos is really not happy with me right now.
I'm surprised you're still breathing.
It's worth noting that it didn't
What's-
smell that bad when you went to bed. It got worse overnight.
Really, what's Lethos gonna do? Climb up on me?
I'll see you inside.
Definitely picturing that now.
He has so many thoughts and so many questions. Other business to attend to. But yeah, he at that, Althyr heads in and towards the table. Everyone else is at it. With, I assume, Atlas not far behind.
Yeah.
Morning,
Errand to
everyone.
run?
Morning, princess.
Princess.
You said it first. Points at Kieran.
Makes sense coming from him, but from you?
You can both be princesses. That's fine.
I am a princess.
That was rather my point.
Yeah. You had an errand to run?
I did, actually, yes. Wanted to get to the shop before we had other urgent things to deal with. And, I know that you've been carrying that blanket around for a while and that you tore it up to aid me. And you've always done such a good job of protecting me, so I decided to get you a token or two of my appreciation.
I think he just looks between Lethos and Althyr and is just like baffled by what's going on with these two and goes, you didn't have to, but I'm curious.
Well, I'm aware I didn't have to. You're my subordinate, after all.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm a bit surprised about the generosity happening lately.
How do you mean?
I mean, you said it yourself. I'm your subordinate. Why would you be buying me gifts?
I did just explain why. I know you've been hitting the head a lot, Kieran, but try to keep up.
All right. You're ruining this for me. Can I see the gifts?
He reaches in instead of like opening it up. It's like, which one first? I think this one first. I know you've been working hard to improve your sword, but I've found something a little bit better than what you have and thought it might be nice to just have it now rather than working on it for who knows how many nights. He just kind of rests a improved greatsword on the table in front of him.
Holy shit. Why would he like has his sword kind of like resting at the back of the chair and he pulls out this one, and he's pretty practiced with wielding it in such like tight quarters. And he just kind of holds it up, almost like perfectly picking it up so it doesn't hit anything around them. And he's just kind of turning it over and like feeling the weight of it. And he looks a little bit dumbfounded. Just like, well, thank you. I don't even know what to say to that.
You don't have to say anything. As I said, it was a token of appreciation. You've done quite a bit for me. And after our conversation last night, I learned that there was more I could do for you as well. And so he then opens up the sackcloth to reveal a great bow in there as well.
That is what he was looking for. Yeah, you see that he's just like a kid opening up Christmas gifts. His eyes just kind of light up, and he goes, "Oh, I felt so fucking useless in one of our fights where I had to swim for fucking ever. So this is." And he's like, I think he picks it up and he stands up and he's like, "This looks exactly like my mentor's too."
I'm sure it will serve you well. I couldn't move the string at all, so it must mean it's good.
Well, that should help us today then, if those things are as dangerous as everyone's warning us that they are.
Yes, exactly. And as you said, I saw how useless you were when I was in the river.
You two can never just do something nice without saying something awful afterwards.
It's so true. That's what I was saying.
I also noticed that despite that, you dove right into the water to come for me. And well, heroics like that ought to be acknowledged, rewarded.
I told you I was going to protect you.
And now you can do it better.
All right, and he's like, sorry, excuse me, and he's gonna go outside, and he's immediately gonna find a space to start swinging this fucking sword around.
Oh yeah, there's a little area you see out behind the tavern, kind of like a little alleyway that's not got a whole lot of people in it. There's like one guy dressed in what looks like chef's whites that's kind of leaning up against the wall, looking bedraggled, smoking something.
And as soon as Kieran leaves, Althyr sits, puts his feet up on the table, pulls out a flask from his jacket, looks at the other two. By the way, I intend to reward both of you as well, but I couldn't find anything well suited to you.
I don't need a reward. It's
No,
nice
of
to be
course you
able to
don't.
help.
No one needs a reward, no one needs money, no one needs to get drunk at 7 in the morning, but it's fun when it happens.
And you hear Kieran outside. This is so fun.
Lethos is just.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Lethos hears that and goes, "God damn! I just got the man a blanket. I have to do better."
I thought the blanket was a very nice gesture.
Yeah, we'll try better though.
Messing him was a nice bonus as well.
But same, you don't have to get me anything.
Again, I know I don't have to, but you've all done such an amazing job. And they handed that bag of coin to me, but it wasn't just me that got us there.
I mean, I offered to hold the bag, but you didn't want that.
Yes, but I wanted it to go towards good use and not towards the things you do.
As in?
Well, one of my
Buying blankets?
The blankets are the least of my concerns.
What are your spies finding?
Well, one of them informed me of a particular night where you felt you were on a hot streak in the gambling dens, and you weren't.
I'm gonna have to find these spies of yours. I don't. There's just something about you. I don't know. I'll find
What?
out. I'll figure it out.
About me? What do you even mean?
Well, I mean, you disappeared in the morning and didn't really tell any of us.
I was buying gifts. It was a secret.
Everything's a secret with you.
Oh, no, not everything.
Not most of it. I just find it out. There's a difference. You wouldn't tell me. So I had to figure it out myself.
I'd tell you more than you realize, but I like seeing what you can uncover on your own.
He just smirks at that.
Could you maybe just tell me?
What would you like to know?
Yeah, just everything, please.
I don't have that kind of time on my hands, Atlas.
All right. Maybe bits and pieces here and there.
Well, how about this? Whenever something comes up that you feel out of the loop on, you go ahead and ask.
Oh, you're gonna regret that.
I'm gonna love it.
I'm looking forward to it as a player.
Anything else you all would like to do this morning?
No. Head out as soon as Kieran's done playing with his new toys.
You're gonna have
So
to pry him
happy.
away from that.
You can bring it with you.
There's so much more room out in the mountains. Think of all the
Yeah.
training you can do in the
We could-
mountains.
You really try them out. Yeah. I heard the mountains are a pretty good place to go training.
Yeah. Thank you for picking
And-
up on that.
Hey, you've been following a river. It's got to come from somewhere, and it's probably a waterfall.
Yeah. And we know about the waterfall.
Yeah. It's like by the time you get out of town, the city has already woken up and people are going about their day, commerce well underway. Business happening in just about every corner of this place. You make it down the stairs, notably easier for the foot traveling one's view to travel this way than it was going up. But nonetheless, you find yourself at the base of the spire, and there are many spires in all directions, some inhabited, some not. It is easy to pick out the ones that are pretty built up. There are a few that appear to have like a single structure or two, and then others that have none that you can see, at least on this side. How would you like to go about finding your quarry?
How about we pick one that has no structures on it, because they said they tend to drive them away.
I was just gonna ask. I forgot which way they said was best in terms of uninhabited or not. Yeah, that sounds good. How do we determine where to lay out the traps? What's the best way to go about that? Never hunted these things before.
Find an area that looks particularly rocky, with large outcroppings.
Just kind of sling it there and hide and see if they come out.
Yes, if we can find a few within relatively close proximity, we can keep an eye on it from the air and...
Lethos is pretty good at going ahead and able to carry things, right? Maybe and lay out some traps. That way we don't get ambushed by a house-sized crab.
That sounds like an excellent. You want to give me those rancid steaks?
Of course. Here you are.
So Lethos will hold the stakes and just like summon the shadow black swirls, and all of a sudden Methos pops out of nowhere. And he's just like, take these, spread them there.
Does Methos have substance?
It honestly is the least descriptive thing. So to me, yes, I think he kind of has at least like
Okay.
partial substance, because he's got to be able to carry something,
Yeah.
right? So there's got to be something so it doesn't fall through.
Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be a couple of things. So you're going to need to get up one of these spires, and it's going to take a little while to travel to one. Are you attempting to identify specific places, or are you just having Methos just to like pour these somewhere?
I would have pointed out to like the areas that, like one that might have like a really big boulder to try and lure in a big one. And if not, like an area that has a bunch of rocks together, maybe we could get a bunch of small ones. So like a little bit of variety.
Yeah. It's a little bit ways out of town. You pick a spire that appears to be uninhabited, appears to be unconstructed, and actually, can I have you, just to see how this goes,
Sure.
have some instinct rolls? If you have anything related to hunting or tracking or wilderness, that would be very applicable.
Can I use observant?
Yeah, observant's good.
Okay.
I would also like to be trying to help identify rocky regions that I think might be ideal, and I will use one hope for attuned to nature.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Ooh, I like that. Plus 2, so that's a 21 with hope.
I
Nice.
got a 10 with hope.
10 with hope, hey!
But at least I got hope.
You got hope! I haven't picked up a single fear this game.
Good.
We haven't really
Love to
rolled
see
that
it.
much.
We haven't rolled that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, between the two of you, there's as you're following what doesn't appear to anybody besides Althyr to be a trail, you know, you've identified like a wildlife path up this mountain, a route that they take. It's a little bit precarious at times, but it is at least a stable, navigable path that you find. And Lethos, you have got your eyes on a particular, like something about, there's like a little, as you curve around the side of the spire, there's a little flat area that has a little bit of a depression in it. There's all kinds of rocks scattered about. It looks like a great place as, you know, you're kind of heading towards that direction. Althyr, you notice that Lethos is about to step on an area of loose gravel and scree that would probably give out from underneath him.
Yeah, he just reaches out and kind of grabs him at the collar and stops him in his tracks. Hold on there.
Oh,
Get your feet.
thank you. I'll, like, skirt around.
Yeah, and about, once you pass that, about 50 feet off in the distance is this largely devoid of vegetation, almost like caldera-like, not quite as big, but this deep divot in the side of this plateau-type structure jutting off the side of the spire with lots and lots of rocks and boulders of all different shapes and sizes.
This looks ideal.
Go Methos.
Yeah. Is he just, tell me, is he going to put it in a pile, distribute it around a little bit?
We got
toss him
4
like a
stakes,
frisbee?
so I'm okay with him just walking up. If anything like attacks him, then at least we know what it is. And I'm hoping maybe him being physically there will provoke an attack. So he's just going to walk up to things and just take like one stake and put it down on the ground. Tap the rock. Nothing happens. He'll go to the next one. Tap a rock. Nothing happens. He'll just kind of go around.
Sounds good. And tell me, are you staking this place out? Are you hiding behind something? What's the situation look like as you all are preparing to bait out, hopefully, these mountain crabs?
I think Althyr will try to get up into the air and out of immediate, like, noticeable position, being like directly above, kind of where nothing's going to be looking.
Is there still a lot of coverage from like the trees and stuff where we are?
Up here on these spires, there is very little in the way of trees. There are lots of low shrubs, an occasional taller, spindly tree, and of course, lots of rocks to hide behind, although that is, as I'm sure you know,
fun.
potentially fraught.
Kieran, he didn't get rid of his other sword, so he has two great swords strapped to his back now. And I think he has his great bow out, and this thing is massive. And I think he's set himself up, and he's noticing like the restriction in his clothing, so he's gonna kind of, you hear like almost just unceremonious tear as it's like, as he like reveals like one of his arms from his shirt and just pulls it down, so it's kind of like half on his body, kind of like the Japanese archer style, and he's just gonna kind of line it up towards, so that he can see at least two of the like areas that they're baiting, and far enough that he's not going to be in melee with them immediately if it does work.
All right. And how about Lethos?
He is going to cloak himself behind a bush.
Atlas?
Atlas, I think, is going to circle like a vulture, basically. Just like high above on there. He's also going to keep an eye out for, because these things are known to be dangerous to like people and adventurers and that kind of stuff as well, right? Like if provoked?
Yeah, not necessarily on purpose. Most of their danger just comes from their size, but they are capable of defending themselves.
So he's gonna look just to see if there. I assume we're mostly in uninhabited areas, but he is gonna look to see if there are any other people or like remains of people or anything like that as well.
Is a good question. Give me a instinct test, please.
Okie dokie.
It's worth noting, you didn't see any other people on your way up here on this path. You could see some people down below on the main road as you were climbing up.
I got a 20 with hope.
20 with hope. As you are, circling like a vulture, some distance away, further up the spire, maybe 200 or 300 feet further up, you catch a notice of, it's just like a glint, a quick reflection of shiny metal. And you see a rather elderly human that looks like she is like free climbing up the side of this thing with a basket strapped to her back.
Oh. Does she look like she is like in danger or stressed or anything like that, or just like enjoying?
It's hard to say from here. She's not like flailing or anything. She's just like holds herself up. Seems to be climbing this rock face.
How far away from our ambush area is this?
Several hundred feet.
Okay. He doesn't want to necessarily leave. He's gonna mark it, and just kind of like glance over every once in a while to make sure that they're that they're okay, basically.
Yeah. And if you watch for a moment, your eyes turn back every so often while you're waiting for your quarry to reveal itself. She's just inching a little further up and up and up.
Okay. He'll I think he's gonna fly over near Althyr and just be like, there's a person climbing over there. Is that something we should look into, or just focus on this?
I would focus on this.
All right, perfect. We'll keep an eye on her. Yeah, I agree.
Then, Megan, Vixx, ground team, can I get the both of you to roll a d10 for me?
Sure.
Four.
6.
6. Right. And the two of you on the ground feel, and then the two of you in the air hear rumbling noise as Kieran, the ground underneath you starts going up a little bit. And I need you to make a where is it? You make a strength reaction roll, please, as the ground beneath you starts moving, shifting, rising up, and tilting as the three of you see Kieran being lifted up in the air, standing on top of one of these crabs, which is about the size of a small cottage.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
That is a 14 with fear.
14 with fear. I'm going to say mark a stress, but how does it look like when Kieran manages to hang on, and how does he do that?
I think, he was kind of already digging himself into like a position of being able to sort of like swivel his bow around, and I think he just instead grabs onto it and kind of gets the bow's end into like a little crevice inside of the rock in this creature, and he's now just like he's stuck here if he wants to keep this bow.
Right, and I know it's a little bit early, but we do not have time for this fight tonight. We've got about 13
That's
minutes left in the stream.
Oh my god, a cliffhanger.
So, yeah, who'da thunk it? We're gonna pick up back here next Monday.